10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
To play a tiebreaker versus not
Puck Champ and
Hellraisers, yes, yeah. Hellraisers, yeah. So if they
also Puck Champ, right? If they all three tied, and
also Puck Champ potentially. Puck Champ loses their match here, which is definitely going to be possible moving on, as they're going to be playing Thursday. But welcome to Minor League Monday, of course. This is when we take a look and we get the limelight for all of the up and coming talent here, and of course, Windstrike is going to be one of those teams. Likely, depending on their performance here today, of course, as a win here is going to potentially secure themselves an upper division slot. In fact, I believe it would if they do win this game. There's no chance they don't make it to the division, because the only way that someone could equal them is if that was going to be Puck Champ, but then there's only two teams at 6-1, and then those two teams would be getting promoted at the end of the season. So, yeah, this strike lineup, they've been looking pretty solid through and through. Pantomime on the position 5, Cheshire Cat off lane, who is at the helm. You're a pretty big Cheshire Cat fan yourself, are you not?
Big Cheshire. Awesome player that is from the start. I mean, I've seen him start his career, and he started getting praised a lot.
You like his Panda a lot, the Brewmaster as well?
I think his Brewmaster is great, but unfortunately I haven't seen. Been a couple. It's been okay.
Okay.
I think his Brewmaster is really powerful, but powerful as when Brewmaster used to be played as like a tempo. I think should get off on like the tip. Right now he's played as too much, so it's not as effective, I'd say, to style of play. But I still do like when today we're gonna have.
Yeah, and Windstrike, they're actually going to let through the normal heroes we see get banned out here versus RDO. As a lot of teams, including Puck Champ, including some up-and-coming teams as well, they'll go ahead and ban out... they'll usually ban out the Dusa. They like to ban the TB here as well. Whereas for this time, of course, they're going to go ahead and let it through. They protected... I like what they've done here. Of course, they've got their second pick, Monkey King, or fourth pick overall in the draft, and then they also get a pick immediately after it with 3 bans. So they get to protect it here, and then they pick the Monkey King to effectively ban out a big counter to the Mars, and then they pick it, right? Yep. Like it quite a bit. Sexy Fat Pango, though. Or
alternatively as well, because Monkey does bring us. So whereas Monkey wins that lane, Mars does win that late game. That bait, as you answer, response to Pango, probably one of the better counters to Mars, honestly, really solid. I kind of like the lineup for bait right now. Sexy Fat, I wouldn't say he's... his Pango doesn't super impress me compared to, say, Tabo's. I think some Pangos are a bit fat, but he'll do the trick. Is really solid against Mars, though. Very good against Monkey. Well, we can also see it on Dendy. I think it is a pretty good hero on Dendy as well. Not because of Dendy's play, not because of his pool heroes, rather because Dendy's playstyle really suits. And of course, we're going to get Terrorblade. Though this game, it's kind of justified.
I agree. It's a good TB game. My biggest concern for the TB is basically only going to be the Puck right now. I think Puck has a pretty decent matchup there in terms of actually, one, avoiding a lot of the damage, not just, of course, with Phase Shift and Waning Rift, but also with the Blink Daggers and just the general amount of ability that Puck has. Lots of burst magic as well, early game. That's kind of scary for the TB. And, of course, carrying either have a BKB or the Manta before he starts fighting, because we don't have a Dispel for him, unlike Windstrike, who's going to pick up the Oracle. Also, the Mars Arena potentially could be kind of deadly to him. If you set up the arena, of course, that'll block any projectiles from traveling in and out of it that are from enemies, of course. And could be, again, potentially strong versus the team. Alrighty, we're going to be taking a look now as we get into our final stage of bans for Bait and Windstrike alike. Banning out the end, so they really want to try and secure that lane here for the side of Windstrike, making sure Cheshire Cat can get off to a good start. They do suspect, or maybe they want to anticipate the Dendy mid lane DP. Of course, this always could be the Pangolier as well in capacity, so we're going to have to keep that in mind. If it is going to be the DP5, I wouldn't mind, right? Because on the Shadow Shaman 4, I think it gets an appropriate amount of farm. I think this is a hero that kind of relies on being able to farm up an Aether Lens, at least to be useful. The Blink Dagger is always really nice on the Shaman as well. Whereas here for our supports for Windstrike, right, Oracle, he needs a little bit of farm, but not as much as a position 5 Shaman would be, to be still just as impactful as before.
Like Windstrike is totally picking up a 5, which is, or sorry, banning out 5s, which is in the case of Bait would mean the Death Prophet's played by Dendi, which is one of his better heroes, sure, but we've seen the Death Prophet 5 a lot, and I feel like in this game as well, Death Prophet 5 gets to go against Mars. That's a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, I also kind of like the DP versus the Oracle. Good zoning there, of course. A nice silence is going to force the Oracle to play a lot more defensively, because right now Oracle's kind of scared of all of these heroes that Bait have, right? Of course, Oracle dies to just about everything in the game, but, you know, one Hex could ruin your team fight if there's no False Promise. A Silence as well, Pango with the Rolling Thunder, of course, and TB just kills you before you can do anything if you're an Oracle.
Yeah, but here if you say you pick a mid laner, say, I don't know, Void Spirit, for example, right? You have someone like Death Prophet that can run the Oracle down, but she's still a 5, and you have to like spear her out and waste her spells, whereas Void Spirit can actually catch him, you know? And then you have that duality to catch the Oracle, rather than running in DP mid, where Windstrike now has much easier. Okay. So, if I was Windstrike here, I might even consider going the off route as well. Mid lane route, depends on where Monkey King is. And pick up something that can also keep Pango, like, you know, Beastmaster's been kind of heroes that stop that role. As of now, you really don't have an answer.
You could run something like the 4 Grimstroke here for Windstrike.
5
I like that idea. 4 Grimstroke is pretty decent. I mean, you already have an Oracle that's 5, so you already carry a fair bit of save. Your lanes are strong regardless. You don't have much of a combo with the Grimstroke, but I don't think that matters.
I think it's nice in the lane, though. Mars Grimstroke.
Yeah, it's a good lane.
Right, I mean, it could potentially punish a little bit of greediness out from RDO. You've got Mars with 1 level of Bulwark, can ignore a little bit of the damage during the Metamorphosis, and you can actually stick around in the lane longer. I like the idea. Winter Wyvern's going to be the pick then for Bait versus the Wyvern here. It's a bit scary, of course, having a couple of really heavy hitters here on the side of Windstrike, Puck, Monkey King, Mars to some extent. He's a strength hero. He gets decent damage. But Puck and Monkey King especially here are going to do quite a number.
Okay. We're saying that team fight, for instead of recent. Not great, because you... Like, why would you pick, say, a Winter over a Vulcan, right? Or Tornado it has. Well, because in Winter Wyvern, you can actually set up for your own team fight. But if there's an Arena of Blood in the middle of that, man, you can't. I don't think it's the Wyvern. It's okay. Bait's draft is solid, but I don't think it's very much at this point. And Windstrike has a very solid draft. Right now, seeing this.
Yeah, I do like it for the lanes versus the TB. Arctic Burn is super effective at harassing early on. It's one of probably the better like lane harassing tools, along with actually Metamorphosis. And having both of those paired together in one lane is actually quite dangerous here for Windstrike's off lane. Of course, balance being that they're both on extremely long cooldowns, and we're gonna go with the Willow Mars combo, one of the better terrorized combos in the game.
Yeah. In addition to being a really strong lane, right? Because you have the Primal Mace plus the Spear of Mars combination. It's one of Yamich's better heroes as well. We've seen this done a lot. Actually, he does like the Dark Willow. I like this draft by Windstrike. It's just very solid. Everything all around, you know. You also have the Dream Coil plus Terrorize combination. You actually have 2 combos. Yeah,
2 combos there. Yeah. True. A bit of an anti-synergy with the Monkey King ult, though, because if you hit him with that, they're going to run out of the ulti a bit faster.
Sure, but
you know, you've got Arena to keep him penned in.
Yeah, exactly. You do that or Dream Coil, and you get to keep him done.
Sure.
And keep him in the ult. I don't think that's too much of a worry. You also have like other combinations with the Monkey King ult, Grab Blaze, Proud, right? Which side. I think it suits this lineup really well. Windstrike has a really solid lineup. Everything about it is good. They have good save, good counter initiation, good initiation, nice little synergy, good lanes. Bait. I don't know. I feel like the Death Prophet flexing it to mid was a bit of a blunder here. It weakened like the Death Wyvern and Winter Wyvern do essentially the same thing, except now you have two heroes in the same. Whereas you could have picked the mid laner that killed. Now it's up to the Pango to deal with the Aura. Gonna be tough. I don't see really much of the point of RDO until this late game either. So. Fuck Mars.
Yeah, I think the idea from Bait is to try and actually get a faster start to RDO here in that top lane, because you do have a lot of kill potential, lots of damage between RDO and Duster here, especially with Metamorphosis up, but it's kind of a weak lane as long as meta's not available.
Yeah.
So that's my and I think if you can kind of force Cheshire Cat to have a bad time in the lane, that's going to be a lot of your space creation down, and it's going to force Rabel to perhaps consider a different build, maybe the Blink instead of a Witchblade, for example, something like that, right? And try and shift around priorities. Right? That can buy a little bit more space for your RDO TB, who we all know can carry you games if you get him the farm and the space.
That's the one thing as well in this game. It is a game where if you go late enough, I wouldn't be surprised if RDO TB can just...
Yeah.
We've seen RDO TB situations where he has bad matchups, like against Drow, for example, and you go, well, okay, even if this goes late, you might not win this. But in this game, you just need to withstand long enough, right? The problem as well I have with DP mid is that she is not good at doing this. She is a good hero to play from in front, not a good hero to play from behind in the mid position, of course. And that means that your only real lane cutting is relying on angle, right? Like, you don't even have a good dead laner. Maybe Shaman can kind of dead lane, Winter Wyvern can kind of dead lane with the Splinter Blasting.
Shaman with shards, I think, is pretty decent at it.
Yeah, once you get shard, like later on in the game, sure, a bit, but then at that point,
oh, of course, especially with a Puck Monkey.
Yeah, exactly.
It's relatively...
So that's the problem. You don't really have a support you can just go and say, sack yourself, in the dead lane. And you also don't have a core that can easily cut lanes. So by doing that, I feel like Windstrike, if they do at any point start to lead, it's going to be hard to take that lead off them until you get to a late game. And then at that point, it's in the hands of Windstrike.
Yeah, I agree with you. The only thing I will say I do like about the DP is it brought your lineup some much needed early game.
So this whole mess is
that's a big advantage I believe you have actually with this lineup.
Yeah, if you win early as Bait, like you keep that snowball going for a fair amount.
You can even probably bring in RDO and get a couple fights here.
Yeah. But that's a huge if though. Can you win early with your lane?
And I think you do got you got a mid lane with a lot of skills. I didn't even see Duraccio there actually. He even did to me. He was the courier. And Duster is going to drop full first blood. He's going to find 4 enemy heroes. Down he goes. Going straight for what looks like to be the Orb of Corrosion here as well for Duraccio. Like to see that.
The Winter Wyvern pick, unfortunately, is just also not very... Like, as you said, yeah, it harasses and stuff, but your lane should just not power.
No,
you
right.
Splinter Blast and you Arctic Burn a bit, and that's all you can do.
It's just damage. There's no save potential there. They might need one for the Monkey King, as it looks like he might drop. No, TSA's actually go down first. Sexy Fat will be able to claim a kill in revenge, however. It's a 2-1 before the horn, or just after the horn anyway. Windstrike thus far.
Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. For Bait, I'm about to say. The kill on Pang on the Shadow Shaman, I don't think is that relevant once you are Flood, but the kill on the Monkey King at least evens things out a bit, gets a kill to the Pango. That lane from Pango Monkey King shouldn't be too difficult for Pango. It depends a bit on how lucky you are with lucky shots, right? And when you get them. For the most part, I think it's fine. And the Pango, like I said, is... Like, there's so much relying on Sexy Fat right now. I feel like he has to do a lot.
Yes.
Not in this early game, but just in general. He's going to need a fair amount of farm. Because he's your initiator, your oracle killer, and also the one that's going to team fight. You're also your counter initiator. Whereas the rest of Bait.
Yeah, I mean, you're completely right. Yeah, I mean, to some degree, you're right. It can be Duster a little bit. And Dendi can kind of serve as some sort of soft counter initiation. But looking at what it could be compared to, I mean, like for Dendi and for the TB both, you can kind of counter initiate by just like saber rattling and protect. Like if you pop an exo, like if a smoke breaks in front of you, you pop an X, pop a metamorphosis, and the enemies might go, whoa, okay, maybe we don't want to fight right now.
Yeah.
But that's not the same thing as just having Pango, like having a Mars who's just like, oh, I don't want to be here.
Exactly.
Right. Like I totally get your point, but I'm just, that's what they have, and that's what they have to use.
You're right about that, actually. You're right. The point to be made here would be that, like, even without space in the maps, to go away, and DP can't reliably say this is a good engagement to EXO in. It is a reliable tool to just kind of try to chase away the enemy team. Oi, 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 oi! Oh my.
Duster really learning a lot of Russian as well. Yeah. Oi, oi, oi.
He is a Ukraine. Or means okay. It's all good or like kind of.
Duster will also frequently go Vi whenever they're. I like it. I like the moves. I think Strike, they got respect for that. Making an effort.
Bro, go 1v1 CS, go only the AWP. Yeah, clearly they are respect. Clearly they like.
Yes,
I think
although you read that like a real Dota player, because that's 1v1 CSGO only op, not AWP.
AWP op.
Nobody calls too easy. Nobody calls it here. I think Windstrike, of course.
He went, oh bro, 1v1 guns. Okay, like what am I? Give me my magical creatures.
Oh man, that was just adorable. That was just adorable.
Shut up.
Oh my goodness, he's gonna hit him with the AWP.
Okay,
he just nuked him.
He did nuke him with the AWP.
Yeah, nobody calls it that in CS.
Why though? It's a lot of damage at once. That's what a nuke is. People need to learn from the superior esports.
Oh, goodness gracious me. Shout out to all the ESL HQ staff who are not only running this league, an upper division league, but also one of the most premier CSGO events in all time right now, completely online. I am Katowice. I'm Poland. Unfortunately, that's not going to be in the Spodok Arena again. It's kind of crazy, you know, if you allow me to be just, you know, reflective of the past year. 1 year ago was really when all this COVID stuff started going down, because that's when they had to cancel that event last minute. So real tough, but esports persists. Good to see, and we're going to be keeping on here, as well as CSGO with those AWPs. TSA doing a good job here, cutting lanes and making sure you can get himself a little bit of experience. Ports in a little 1v1 spar. Giracho is going to be able to pretty easily zone out Sexy Fat. Doesn't quite have this over Venom that he's going to need to do so incredibly effectively, but it's not too easy of a kill anyway. You're relying on Sexy Fat to really mess up with the swashbuckle to try and get a kill there. So Giracho's just going to try and farm.
The only difficulty though is, of course, a Sexy Fat. You go, well, I can't farm because I can't use swashbuckle to farm because it's dead.
Yep.
And it makes your lane a bit more difficult. Shaman is not a great hero to play from a defense standpoint. He's great as like, oh, I have kill potential. So with Tango, for example, he brings very little damage to the shackles, right?
Yeah.
And that's all you can do.
I would say his utility this game is if Sexy Fat makes a mistake, TSA, he's going to have to tank it and just shackle or hex and then die instead of Sexy Fat. That's the utility that the Shaman brings you in this lane. As well as you said, the potential kill threat versus a Monkey King and an Oracle. I don't know how likely that is, especially because, of course, they can dispel the Lucky Shot pretty easily. That's all you can actually dispel right now with this lane until you get level 6. They might even go aggressively for TSA now. Giracho's got the Boundless Strike, and he's going to have the lockdown and the damage. But more here onto Sexy Fat. Careful there. You can see just how aggressively they are. Giracho, he knows this laning matchup. If there's no swashbuckle, he's good to go.
This is a great game for Corrosion here on the Monkey King. It's a tough lane for Pango to farm in, and this is going to be a lane where, yeah, he might not die, but he has to just subsist and try not to give too much farm to the bottom lane. RDO is not going to have the easiest time against Mars, and Monkey King is having, so Mars will be even more relevant hero. And here, ironically, the hero has to make the difference really handy in the mid lane. He doesn't have to win this match necessarily, but has to create space as soon as possible. Up top, they lose Sexy Fat. They might lose TSA as well. They don't have a stun.
They had to use the Boundless Strike for the kill on the Sexy Fat. He dies again without the swashbuckle. It's really that easy, to be honest, in that top lane. No swashbuckle equals no life, essentially, versus the Monkey King.
And the DP mid here, what we have to do is either, once the puck starts rotating, take the mid tower early and start to really the presence, or alternatively rotate early with the DP, either bottom or top, I don't really care. Try to get a kill with the EXO and then take a tower as well. You need to have a huge
Not killing us.
because your lanes are not going as you expected. Well, your lanes are going exactly as we expected, but I guess if we thought this would be here or something.
Yeah, Yamesh as well is going to be able to snag that regeneration rune. Duster, not too great at rotating and contesting bounties, to be honest. Wyvern is very stationary in terms of its laning setup, right? It doesn't really do well rotating around or any of that garbage. Nice play by Yamich as well. He's going to be, oh, you wanted to pull and reestablish equilibrium? I don't think so. Have fun farming under your tower, Cheshire Cat. In mind, of course, especially with the Quelling Blade and God's Rebuke.
No, he's one of the better
Oh,
heroes.
he still got it, actually.
Okay, that's a pretty good pull. Hold on. He does get a double on the pull for both.
and the Hellbait Rush is like, all right, we're out of here. We've got no interest in this quarrel.
Longer part of this fight.
They're gonna just drink a little bit of more tea or whatever.
Water?
You know in America what you always get with tomato soup? The grilled cheese. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know that.
I do not like tomato soup, however.
Dire's middle tower
It's a little bland for my taste.
American tomato.
It is. We like our tomatoes quite a bit, don't we?
Well, you like your tomatoes sweet?
Tell you. We just like everything sweet, don't we? TSA is looking to be ganking mid. Okay, maybe now with Illusory Orb out, they're actually going to be able to catch him. Dendy's going to pop the Exo here. Will they have the damage? No level in the Hex yet. There was a level 2 Shackles, and that'll give them the kill.
Okay, well, worth it, I guess, level 2 the Shackles. That guaranteed the damage of Dendy more than anything. And now with the Exo, you can actually take the tower using the catapult. Not bad. They actually go for second Shackles. It's a bit dangerous, TSA. Dendy. The Ghosts take a while to chase after. Yeah, exactly. So guys have got the kill on Oracle. TSA is now in trouble. Dust starts coming to join them. They do a Splinter Blast, but I don't think it's going to help TSA too much. What are these ghosts?
I don't know. I saw Dendy had these before, and they kind of just look like a sprite from Doom 1.
Don't like
they?
a scarecrow?
Yeah.
With like the face. You know,
That's just how long Dendy's playing Dota. Dendy pulls out these cosmetics. You're like, what is this? What is this from? TSA is in trouble here, but they're going to have already a point here early on in the Golden Brace. They can hit the coil here. Still silenced and leashed up. It is going to be the Shaman. Doesn't have a single spell off there, unfortunately, besides the Hex. Duster, I don't think he's going to live here underneath the 3-1 towers. The Arctic Burn will end. He is able to turn and assist Dendy there on the kill on the Oracle. Before he goes down. Messy engagement in the mid lane, but it's important, of course, for Windstrike to be defending this from the first Exo. Yeah. And they still get a little bit of damage on the tier well.
I think that the bait lineup here did what they could in the lane, right? By rotating the ones Windstrike rotated. Obviously, this lineup is compared to them.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So it was the best out of a bad situation. You put a lot of pressure into the tower as well. I think it was a good rotation regardless. I don't think it's that big a deal because you already killed a puck to begin with, which is over you. But of course, every single time you do that, you weaken the side lanes even further, and the side lanes matter, right? Pango is completely out of this game right now. Terrorblade is... And then he needs to start creating space by taking towers. And unfortunately, you did not take that tower, which means that you have no extra space in the side lanes, yet you still sack them with these support rotations. So now it's in for a penny, in for a pound. You've already sacked your side lanes. You might as well keep your supports here and try to take the tower.
Yeah, I mean, if that buys you the information that you see, I mean, right now, of course, with this ward behind the tower, especially, they know where Pantomime is. TSA is actually going to continue running him down and probably let him know that there's a ward somewhere behind the tower. They've also got a ward here in the jungle to be able to notice whenever the Monkey King is going to go and start jungling. And speaking of jungling, Windstrike, they're going to make a movement here through the enemy jungle. Duster's here, ready to tank this rotation out from Cheshire Cat. Arctic Burn utilized, and there you go. That's out of the arena, but they will commit the coil here. They really want this kill on a Duster. They're going to have to work for it, though. Golden Brace used, already 2 ultis down, and Duster's still alive. The stun is going to connect onto Dendy here, as TSA will be rooted up, and everyone here on the side of Windstrike able to freely escape.
To a degree, it's a pretty good play at bait where they keep forcing these fights middle, and now they're onto the Pango as well. And the only person that can take it this far from TV could rather TV take this far. So I don't think it's too bad, especially if the Exo still taking this tower. TSA actually hiding in the backlines, hexes someone, but we misread that. TSA could be in trouble right now if the Oracle finds him. Yeah, there we go. We don't have Fortune's End. We have Purifying Flames alone. TSA dancing his way towards safety, hopefully, but I don't think it's going to happen. The Winter Watch from Tango is cut by. Swashbuckle first. The Rolling Thunder is available, but it's too late. There's no point in using the Rolling Thunder there. And in fact, now he's in trouble. Sexy Fat should have just run away. Should have helped the Shaman. Once the Shaman was in that position, he should have just left.
Yeah, you kind of got drawn into the old savior buddy syndrome there, unfortunately, which isn't really going to help or do much to help the chances here of bait in this early game. This is, like, you can kind of see that bait, they're looking to make plays happen, and they are making a couple of mistakes here and there, but they got their head in their, we'll say, right? They know that they kind of have to make space for RDO, who finally is at least up to level 7, so with these Conjure Images, he is going to be able to farm a little bit faster now, and just continue to do RDO things. So we'll watch his farm begin to try and take off here a little bit. He's already got more than Cheshire Cat at the very least, but Sexy Fat and Cheshire Cat making quite a big difference here already.
You see Monkey King's items first? Or just a little corrosion? He's going for Maelstrom, it seems.
Yeah, he's probably got the Mithril Hammer on the way.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So he's not bad off. So until he gets Maelstrom, the Terrorblade should be farming a bit faster than Monkey King. But this is the time where Bait should be trying to create the most base, right? And now there's a fight going up on top.
My visions are
Find the Shadow Shaman. Turachu is also trying to play a bit more aggressively, and of course they want to go into the triangle to try to find the TV. Bait doesn't really have many ways of stopping them, right? And right now, Bait is just kind of lucky that Windstrike has been playing 2 big rhythm, and they've been trying to find the TP. They've been all going mid and everything. Once Windstrike hits their power peaks, usually the Monkey King, Mars with his first item, either Yols or Blink Dagger, and Puck probably getting a Switchblade. Once you get those items, then you are going to start looking for kills, and it's have to come down to Bait ingenuity to see what they can do. Stop.
Radiant's middle tower
Well,
is
we
under
might have to stop Jiracho here. He's going to jump Sexy Fat. Nice hacks though up from TSA, hiding in the trees. Yamish though ready to turn. Curse Ground pretty effective there at stopping him. Monkey King.
Okay, they have extra to look into this fight, right? Rabel, the target, fair amount of damage. Swashbuckle as well, that's
right.
a lot of damage.
It's now for Oracle though. So
But they dropped the snake a bit too early for this fight now. They want to fight around the snakes, but they can't. The Tango's already in a bad position. He has Swashbuckle though, to at least get away for now. No lucky shots, but he's going to be fine. Had they dropped the snakes a bit closer to the tower, maybe that would have been an easier fight. But RDO instead is trying to create space mid. That's the right play. However, he can't create space for too long. You're still kind of weak. He just has to leave the illusion behind as he try to push the tower a bit. Not bad. At least you're making Windstrike dizzy. You know, you're forcing them from lane to lane. They're not really doing anything in either of the lanes.
Yeah, RDO's not too miffed about. All right, you're going to defend this. That's fine. I'll just go jungle with this a little bit faster now. He's got his Yasha power treads. We might see them now make a push in the mid lane here. And now that they know there's no Exo, there's going to be no Metamorphosis. Rolling Thunder is coming off cooldown, but definitely no Serpent Wards up. And I think Windstrike, they recognize this and might just look for a fight here in this mid lane. Or just the tower. I don't think Bait should defend this. They don't have it. They can't.
Yeah, they don't have Metamorphosis, right? So what do you do to defend this? Yeah, you glyph and you will hopefully take top, right? You put as much pressure as possible where only Yamich is here. But it's only the Pango. TB is going to take this time to farm. Then he's doing nothing but farming as well. So it's going to be a really bad trade here. Now you start to lose space in the map. And once you start to lose space in the map, because you lost mid and bottom, your jungle becomes enemy's jungle. Just invade your jungle. You still haven't taken your tier 1, so, well, they're tier 1s. So that means that you can't realistically farm their jungle either. And now this is where Windstrike should be able to propose team fights, and you don't get to decide these things. It's not your tempo anymore.
If you're Bait, right?
If you're Bait,
yeah.
It's not your tempo anymore. It's Windstrike's tempo completely. And now is when we should see their lineup kind of pop off, especially because they're also hitting their item type. Witchblade on Puck should be done. Maelstrom.
It is about done.
There we go.
Maelstrom
also
should be
just
about
finished.
done.
Yeah.
Indeed. And then first item Blink, I think, is when they're going to make the call. Because, yeah, you got a lot of damage now on your cores, but we need the catch to really tie it all together. Right, especially because without the Blink on Puck, you've got the damage, but the catch is a little bit less viable, especially because it involves you illusory orbing him, which can be a one-way, frequently is in the early game for Pucks.
Yeah, you're totally right. The Bait lineup right now can still counter initiate with Winter's Curse and with Rolling Thunder, so you can't get too cocky about that. And okay, this is a good dropping of snakes, honestly. You just need to protect them desperately, so desperately. So try your best to take this easier objective with the tier 1 top. Bait is too tall in order. You need extra level 2 for the team fight as well. So
You do. And he's getting close there. He's getting close. Level 10, though, not close enough.
Snakes were not good enough either. Yamich has pretty good BAT as well.
They're afraid to contest. They don't know what's behind, but now they should go for it. Sandy will rotate over. Quick hex into the shackles. That'll be a kill. Andy happy to tip on the Yamich. All right.
Oh, the smoke as well to get there, so very good rotation. Because the reason why Yamich is playing so aggressively is that he kind of warded himself jungle there. And so he didn't see anyone. He didn't expect the smoke. That was a good play by Fate. Surprising them there. No need to waste the exorcism, which means you get to fight now. Without Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, you may even have met up, and you do actually in a couple more seconds. So no, it's ready. That's Conjure Image I'm looking at.
Duster doing a bit of de-warding here.
Yeah, this is
But
good
he lost
stuff.
his own ward as well.
Uh-oh.
Okay, the shot nearby, Rolling Thunder. Immediately. There we go. Read up blood. Rolling Thunder getting used. which means you can't really fight this. You can't fight this. Don't commit.
It's just both supports, though. They're not too miffed about this right now for Bait, especially if they can get out with Sexy Fat. And with no Dream Coil, it should be pretty easy. I say that, though. They're just rolling down the strike. He doesn't want to use it. Can he get away? Now he's going to have to, as he will be able to run over to Yachio once. He's going to hit an Ancient Dragon on the way out. Respect your elders. But Sexy Fat says no, and he's going to be able to run all the way back home. So, not too bad. Dream Coil and Arena, again, for both supports. But, oh, and Exo. Actually, they did use Exo there. Level 1 and level 11.
I don't know if you saw it at the beginning of the team fight when he was Bait doesn't seem to... Oh, okay. That was a... You'll have to try to step out to move, but they're going to defend some hero kill on the bar. They'll try with a mana. It's going to work. Good damage. Duster, do not go to the high ground right now. There's a tower nearby. They're definitely going to TP into it. But that play was just weird by Bait. It seems like they wanted to fight that at first and then didn't want to fight that. Why commit the extra sword? The team fight would clearly fight from low ground and high ground. It wasn't even your space to fight, right? Not the best of plays, and I do feel like Sexy Fat right now, he's playing really on edge with that Rolling Thunder. Just use it to escape. It's not that long a cooldown. You don't want to risk getting killed. Like, you already have it for the next team. And you use it at the very end of the last team fight. Just use it.
I will say, I think they were looking to try, because they got a good ward up. Now it's de-warded, of course. They got a... Oh,
We've got a Sucker available on TV, though. We've got Dream Coil. This is going to fall. There's a Rolling Thunder available. Like I said, for the middle Winter's Curse, we got the best of initiations. Now they pin more RDO to a wall. They killed the Roger, though, which means they lack the damage. We need a blood back from RDO. He hasn't used it. Cole is great to stand to save his life from the Bedlam. But the damage is good enough. The puck kills with a waiting grip instead. All of Bait is trying to avenge their dead TB, and they're going for Shishakat last. Instead, Shishakat's trying to get the kill on Duster. Shishakat gets the kill with God's Rebuke, and even impales Pango. They were not fighting with Denti there because he wasn't ready with Exorcism, and this is going to cost them a team fight because that team fight is going slightly the way of Windstrike because of that Terrorblade kill.
Yeah, most definitely. They do get the puck, though, so they get 2 cores right now. They also got TB, but yeah, RDO using Sunder early on in the fight means he didn't have it a little bit later, obviously, having a very long cooldown. Remember that patch when Sunder had like a...
early in the
He did, yeah, it's on cooldown, right? So he got it off. Oh, no, you're good, you're good. But yeah, so he used it early on in the fight when he was looking to engage, and then they got a quick pick. Not too bad out from Bait, especially considering they fight without Exo. Next fight they can take here, probably as soon as we have Winter's Curse, Rolling Thunder just about ready again. But really meta, in 30 seconds, you've got level 2 Exo now you can actually, I think, really take a fight to Windstrike. I think this is maybe a couple of minutes, maybe up until like 22 minutes, where Bait are actually quite strong, but not without these cooldowns. So Windstrike, if they can snipe a fight right now, I think they'll be pretty pleased with the outcome.
As long as I can take a fight right now on that is semi-equal for Bait, right? All of this is a space. Oh, who's now matching up? Who cares? You're in a pretty good position right now. In fact, TP is actually matching the puck as well. She hasn't fallen behind, which is a big deal here. TP is a secondary win condition.
Yeah, Bait kind of feel the same way, though. They also want to be looking for a fight.
Yeah, but for them, it's because the window opportunities. Now with Exorcism available level 2, team fights are really good. Catching Bard in this fight. He's not as tanky as probably catching behind. You need to actually commit to this. Rolling Thunder, okay, it almost hits 3, doesn't work out, and it seems like they don't want to fight this, just want to cut the blades.
They weren't sure where everyone else was, and finding the Oracle here was probably a little bit scared to move. Unfortunately, Duster caught without the Arctic Burn, means he can't actually escape the arena. Jumps the Winter's Curse in the river, that'll freeze Mars in a little bit of a weird animation. Not for long, though, he's in the back lines. DSA, he is going to be going down to the Bedlam. Brave as well, jumping in with the DD Rune, which blade damage for the kill.
A very questionable play by Dust. What happened there is that he Splinter Blasted away, even though the Pango already killed the Swashbuckle, right? And by Splinter Blasting the wave, he actually aggroed one of the creeps, which gave vision of Duster the whole time, which allowed for that perfect arena, and also put Duster in a different position to kill the team. Why he did that is beyond me, because he could have just let the Pango cut the wave.
Ooh, Dendy's lucky to escape there with his life. No, I agree.
I don't know if Duster doesn't think that if you hit the one creep that gets Splinter Blasted, aggroed, that's not how it works.
Yeah, and then he uses the Winter's Curse at the end, which means they don't have him for another fight. Off cooldown for 40. Everything else is going to be ready to go for Bait if they want to fight again. 15 seconds till this arena's back up. Okay, we'll see. Again, this window is starting to close, especially when we get this BKB up, which is now for the side of Duraccio. So they might have a very rude awakening. Of course, Winter's Curse is great at just holding down a core through their long duration BKBs. That can buy you a little bit of time. But that requires Duster, I mean, frankly, not to be dead, right? Yeah. I mean, it sounds stupid, but when you're against a Puck and Monkey King, some heroes that can jump your backlines fairly easily, that's of course easier. Especially now that we have the Blink here able.
Yeah, he's been playing, like, Winter Wyvern as a... So...
Well, Spartan, you know, he's going to be a hero in Dota 2 pretty soon.
I'm
right?
hoping so. I'm hoping, really. But yeah, it's just been a really, really aggressive Winter Wyvern. I feel like it's not the game to play her as aggressively, especially not now. Or you need the counter initiation to come out.
Smoke broke.
Yeah, so they know that's looking the high ground. RDO. RDO, there's a Winter Curse immediately. That's the BKB still available. We gotta keep the stun. Nope, not gonna work out. At the arena, one Bulldogs getting canceled with the Rolling Thunder. Not bad. Sandy's still alive. That's a level 2. The damage is too high. Winter, Golden breaks to try to save him, but the damage from Rabel will finish off for Dendy. In the backlines, they also are chasing out RDO as the supports in the Pango finish off the Willow. And RDO still looking for a potential play. Does he have meta available? He does. Doesn't want to use it just yet. The Prinkle gets used instead of the Pango. We have a Thunder to try to save him. RDO realizing he just needs to leave his teammate die. And Windstrike will take another good engagement for them. Again, that Winter's Curse a bit too early. Stop pressing the trigger so early. That BKD completely canceled them.
Yeah, it did. And TSA had a pretty good jump there. He got a perfect opportunity to lock down the Puck, and he forced the Oracle to use the False Promise. Get this, to dispel Puck from Shackles.
Yeah.
That already sounds like a great fight, doesn't it? Right?
Wait, there's a fight going on right now.
Oh, maybe? There is?
Well, fight-ish.
Still has meta.
Does still have meta. Does want to commit. I believe, unless Tendy's coming in super fast. Okay. Okay, there's a meta. Just to guarantee the kill. I mean, I think at that point, the key still was here.
Oh, they can turn it into Roche. They don't have Exo.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is basically a full duration meta. Yeah,
it's pretty good. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Duster's hiding in the trees this time. He wants to counter initiate properly. Did see him though.
No, unfortunately, Duster, you're not in this. Well, I mean, you are, but not really because of the potential. But they have caught Rabel here yet again. Do we have the Shackles? Indeed.
The word you're looking for.
They see you. And they also see Pantomime. Down he goes. 3 heroes dead just like that. As Bait, they fight perfectly. I mean, Duster is kind of playing like us as Spartan, isn't he? That's definitely a Spartan move. All right, guys.
Especially because the place to break smoke is actually on the right side, not there. So if you break smoke like there's no point in breaking smoke. They see. That's why the point to break smokes is like camera. Like over here behind them. That's where you break.
Well, either way, it's going to give Bait a free Aegis here. RDO pretty happy with that engagement. Actually, probably one of the better fights that Bait has taken this game. I mean, honestly, they only lost Duster, but again, it's like I'm watching Brame here.
Yeah, my favorite fights are also where those are great.
Yeah.
That's what they just did. It wasn't really calling it a fight.
I think they were like, wait, are they gonna go Roche? They must, right? They use meta, so they have to get something out of it. What?
Guys, suicide!
They're extra. Oh wait, it's a free Wyvern. Let's kill the Wyvern. Oh god, we're dead. You know, it's just it happened that quickly. But now all of a sudden we're looking at a pretty farm TP. He's now got the Eye of Scani. He's got the S and Y.
You should also join
the BKB. I agree. I think he's almost ready to go toe to toe here versus the Monkey King. I think what he really wants is for Monkey King. Yeah, a good winner's curse, or for this BKB to be, 7-6-5. Because then his team can help him out a lot more.
Particularly that Pango who's been doing God's work.
And he has. Terrorize here is going to catch Duster, canceling his TP. Well, it was on cooldown anyway. Bedlam, and he will eventually go down. Quite a tanky hero, this Wyvern. Tough to kill.
Surprisingly, that's one of his more justifiable deaths, actually. That's actually tough. Now they use the snakes to try to destroy the team.
Level 2 snakes as well.
Yeah, Mars is quite low. Oh, nice. That's the right play. Mars is quite low attack speed here.
Can these snakes can't reach the tier 1? Why is he making them attack Cheshire Cat?
No, you can't because you know how full work works?
Oh yeah, it works like his arena as well.
Necessarily, actually only 60% projectiles will go towards his. So they are attacking. They are attacking the tower. So.
Made sense. I was like, why?
And since you have really low attack speed, you would take the ward sometimes. So that's the right.
Good tower. I think TSA is playing a fantastic game here as well, to be honest. Duster, he's having a bit of a tougher game, 1-8-6, but I think he's making the right moves, generally speaking, or at least he's setting his team up for success. What else you could really be hoping to do? on this hero. Not really getting the limelight too much.
No, once the game progresses and you have a much better team fight disruptions, right? I think the shaman will
Radiant's bottom
because right now
tower
it's too easy to
is
cancel
under
shackles. Just waits and goes, well, I guess I'll fall farmers the shackles. Whereas maybe you should consider bait, like Tango, sorry. Because those false farmers is a way to. Similar with Shaman, like once he gets Blink Dagger, he should be.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, much like the Nyx, you know, Wyvern, one of these heroes that is general a counter to heroes or play styles, right? And so we don't see too much of her. Usually you see a ton of Wyvern if like Void faces Voids in the meta.
Yeah, it's true. It's a good hero for like big team fights, you know, and when you need, you should not be real case here. You have a combo, yes, with Mars plus Red, but not good enough. This is a good kill, honestly. Oracle's too valuable if they can get the kill.
They're going to get that one. RDO is showing off all those nice, pretty stats he has. Might even look for a tier 2.
You should force him. He's not that, so
hold on.
Big a deal. Winter Scarf for the puck.
Yeah.
Can they silence him though? Exo. Okay. He's not good enough to rush him. He's in trouble as well. He's trying to fight Duster, but Duster's waiting for Golden Grace. We'll save him for now. As RDO activates the Essence Ring, he might not have enough HP. He's just going to lose his first life there for breaking Duracho. There's the Exorcism finally popped here. They decided they want to fight this. They still have Thunder, but they need a blood back for the Terrorblade. They actually pushed him out of the arena. I don't know how that happened. And they lose Sexy Fight in the back line. Dendy's still alive, protecting them with the Exorcism, but not dealing enough damage. Duster will die a second time. They kill off Yamich though, and with the Shackles, they're trying to do the same thing with the Mars, as RDO just cannot be as strong as Duracho. Right now, the Monkey King is just much more powerful. You still have Sunder, and you finally use it on Duracho. This might be what gets you the kill. Duracho cannot outrun the Exorcism. So that's Sunder just baiting him out the whole time, and now going for the kill on the Mars as well. You lack the damage, Dendy no longer has Exo, and you decide it's better to just retreat before they surprise you with some buyback or whatever.
They actually did have to buy back in that fight. I believe they bought back on Duster and Pantomime. I think maybe Sexy Fett getting a bit surprised by the latter, as he ended up kind of getting kited around to the secret shop by the Monkey King. And then Pantomime, of course, TP into the tier 2 tower, is able to hit him with a False Promise, plenty of heals, even still has a couple of healing salves in inventory, and there's no way you're going to be able to out-damage that. That's 1,000 heal, which is going to be basically guaranteed. Good fight by Windstrike. I think maybe the Ags catching them a little bit off guard here, because of course when you fight in a stationary location like that, it's going to be leading yourself. But Rabel taking a very costly death at the start of that one, right? Duster with a great catch on the Winter's Curse.
Oh, no way. Lucky Shot saved this land. That's crazy. No, that's you play as Tango, right? When someone is hitting you too hard, you just keep hitting him, and you hope for a lucky.
And you got it. Got it. Was hoping, of course, for a lucky shot against the Monkey King in the middle to save RDO's first life. Yeah. And go through the beak. He tried his best, but there wasn't much else.
You just need the Winter's Curse to cancel that beak. You need to stop using it as just use it.
I think it was good on the puck, because I mean it was a beak.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, okay. The puck was a good Winter's Curse. I do still find the Monkey King too. I feel like the Hex should be the one take puck. In the middle of Wukong's command, fine. You just leave. And you force him to leave his circle, fight you in your territory. Yeah, BKB and RDO as well.
Yeah, I did like a lot. Pardon me, I liked a lot from Bait there, how they quickly reorganized in the 3-second downtime they had when RDO was respawning. Because you can tell, like, Dendy from the low ground's like, all right, we're going to fight this. Are you ready, guys? Like, let's go, and pop the Exo to maximize the efficiency.
You should have popped the Exo a bit earlier, to be honest, there. That was a bit of a late Exo. Because the Monkey King just kind of got a free. But fair enough.
Yeah, I think they were maybe scared of the Oracle ulti, right? Because with the Oracle ulti still up, it's really deceptive. Because obviously, with the Ghost, you want to get right in the face of the Monkey King if you can. Hold that thought. There's your cat. Getting engaged on Dendy. There's the rolling bump Thunder. Out comes that event. With the Yule Scepter, they want to lock down here the Oracle. RDO top the ulti and the BKB. Down with the Oracle. Hex up as well. Onto Jiracho. They might have the damage. He's going to pop his BKB, but he's going down too quickly. Damage on the Terrorize. Catching on the one. TSA is going to kill himself on the arena wall. For Dendy with his own BKB, able to survive the entire thing. The RDO, they'll call out his BKB now. Will be stunned up by the Curse Crown. Dendy, though, is going to stand next to him. It will not go down. Says, thank you very much for your sacrifice, Dendy. Using him for his HP. Of course, Dendy's going to heal up massively thanks to this Hexo. And another great fight here off the side of Bait. Right now, it's working. Windstrike, they're playing into the RDO TB.
They are, and that was just incredible initiation by Sexy Fat and also by TSA there. You know, the Hex into the Monkey right as he stopped being stunned by the Rolling Thunder. In addition to Pango acknowledging that he needs to just be the one that kills Oracle. He's starting to do this now because he now needs to be the one that does that.
Definitely.
Nobody else can follow up.
These fights look dramatically different if the Oracle is free to do whatever he wants.
So he's doing a really, really good job. He's not giving any freedom to the Oracle. On point, Sexy Fat. And, you know, then the RTO just kind of existing while his team, their team just carries them, to be honest. Yamish did get an amazing 3-man terrorize into the arena there, which killed the supports and the Pango, so that was on point. If it wasn't for that, that team would have gone completely the way of it.
Yeah, right, because we still had, of course, Winter's Curse ready to be used there. Great arena, though, of course, from Cheshire Cat, who sets it up in the first place.
Yes.
But these BKBs are starting to run out. Bait, that's going to be their first salvo of very long BKBs on both Dendy and RDO alike, so I really like how they synchronize those up. Because
Monkey's down to 7.
Monkey is down to 7, you're correct, and Rabel's going to be down to 8 now. But that's what I wanted to point out, right? Rabel, in this team fight, no impact on the puck, right? No Aghanim Scepter equals no impact versus BKB cores on puck. Even with the Witchblade, sure, your damage is all right, but, I mean, is it really versus 34 armor? No, right? Nothing is going to be good enough there, except for maybe a good Dream Coil into the Aghanim Scepter to them down, hold them in the arena, something like that. But great fight from Bait. You're completely right. I think they need to try and get some more pressure here, at least secure this next Roche, which has respawned very quickly here. It's the faster Roches. Ready to go. That might be a good opportunity here for Bait. And I want to wait for Meta, obviously, and probably Exo to both be up, and then I think they can look to contest that. They've already got Vision set up. It's looking pretty good for Bait here.
It is looking pretty good. Let's see what they go for now. Because obviously, there's no objectives for you to take, right? So there's no need for you to push a team fight until Roshan, right? And if anything, you can go for pick-offs and try to secure the Roshan. That's your next objective. Roshan into high ground. Unless you want to go for the tier 2 bottom, which... So, Bait wants to dominate the map, and they want to fight any fights that you force, but they don't want to initiate on. They have no need.
Yeah, I think both of these teams, Dendy especially, he's going to know, guys, we don't need to force a fight right now.
RTO's in a really bad position.
He is.
Really, really bad.
Gonna catch him.
BKB, do they have ags on the puck? No.
Team's nearby. Terrorize combo's gonna be a little late, but he is just gonna run fast into the arms of his team. So that's no coil. That's no coil. That's no terrorize. If I'm Bait, I go, let's do Roche.
Yeah, exactly. Or let's force a fight.
Oh, well, yeah.
Better, right? Because there's no coil. TB just got deadless. It's Daedalus as well. They go for the Willow first. Not as bad as the Oracle, but still a kill. Yep, that's a kill take. And now you can Roche.
Yep.
No terrorize, no coil.
No coil. You're good to go. No buyback either on the Dark Willow, and this is probably going to allow Bait then, of course, the luxury of not having to use Meta nor Exo to get this Roche down, which means they're going to be running up to your high ground in about 20 seconds. So in this time, Rabel, yeah, you can see he's like, well, we got to push, we got to cut the lanes, right? We got to cut the lanes.
We can't really fight this right now. They're a bit too strong. RDO now is starting to really get to this late game. Aegis and RDO, she's on the DP.
Full Daedalus now.
Yeah, he got it before that Roche. So he's really happy right now. He's ready to fight. Now start looking for a kill. However, Winter's Curse again. If you lose that as your initiation, you don't have a way to deal with BKBs too much. I mean, be careful, right?
See all of them right now. Windstrike taking just a bad path back. Yeah, this is what you want. Now you're just gonna go mid. We've already got the Conjure image here cutting the wave.
Oh, is Puck still there? Oh, okay, I heard silence. They tried to go fight this Windstrike. That's just losing the Oracle. Okay, Golden breaks us into Winter Wyvern. That arena doesn't do anything. Somebody's chasing after Shisha Cat, but yeah, TSA is dead. We still have a Winter's Curse. Can't they save Duster? He just tries his best, but he can't do it. And this chaotic team fight is actually going to go in favor of Windstrike, killing 2 supports for nothing, wasting a bunch of ultimates from Bait.
Yeah, and the meta as well. Of course, RDO with Aegis.
Sorry, I was considering that an ultimate in my eyes.
Yeah. No, for sure. But that's what was confusing to me. He wants to save BKB for his second life. I understand that, or maybe he wants to be conservative with his 9-second BKB usage. Totally understand that, my man. But you're just trapped inside the arena. He couldn't do a damn thing. That was a perfect zone in arena because you cage in the TB, and that's most of your damage right now. That's going to burn a solid, 2 minutes, basically, off of this Aegis. So very well played to Windstrike there. Of course, it's not going to win them the game. I think Bait's still in the driver's seat, and they could look for a kill onto Rabel, but he gets the blink out. Sexy Fat, unfortunately, already using here the Rolling Thunder. Does have the Ag Shard, though, so roll-up is ready to go.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Halt. Yeah, I think it's the same thing with like Sunray. It's a stop Sunray or something like that.
It's like those things. All of a sudden you realize that the Joe guys making this game are coders. Minimal amount of information.
Oh, of course. I think I was playing a game. I was playing like Turbo, and I just kept randoming to get a couple of different heroes and check them out. And on one of the eggs, it was Bane. It was like reduces cooldown and increases damage. And I goes, well, great. What is this? What, I had to go to the wiki to figure out what it actually did. Oh, it's great. We love to see it. RDO, he's going to be able to demolish that last outer tower remaining for the side of Windstrike. Oh, he's still pretty damn strong, though. 7-second BKB is like the last really good one that you get. Of course, the issue this time around is, of course, the control out from the Shaman, but also just the damage right now for TV.
We just got the X on TV. Pretty big deal, because the X can push the Monkey King outside of his circle.
It can, yeah,
so
good
that's
point.
a big deal. If you hex him or anything, really, you use the TV, of course. Called use the Terror Wave, and then you push him out of the circle, or you just kill him. One or the other. Be a really tough fight now for Windstrike.
It gives you more skirmishing potential as well. This is something I always like to bring up because it gives you 10 seconds of the meta on a relatively shorter cooldown, of course. Still pretty long. Yep. We'll take a look at it here. There he is. Hold that thought. The Hex. They caught catch. This is a great catch. And the Shackles run downtown. Anton, he has to use the false promise to just counter initiate, but they still actually hit him with the Terror Wave. And now since that rolling around here, halts, they say to Cheshire Cat, you are under arrest. And they've got plenty of damage. I mean, he gets blinked away, but it's just going to be his dead corpse getting delivered, courtesy of the Blink Dagger. 80 seconds dead, but he does have the buyback at the very least.
Unfortunate there. Windstrike loses the Mars there, which means you don't have your team fight ready, so he's going to have to buy back if you want to defend this, or else you don't defend this at all. We'll see what you want. Actually commit meta for this, so they might want to force a fight. You could, you know, this committed meta, so it's not the worst of fight.
Yeah, the Monkey King's not home right now, so he's going to have to TP on back.
That's fine. There's the buyback, yeah. You see RDOs, half the meta's gone. It's a good time to fight. You're going to force him to retreat.
Yeah, Bait, they're going to go, all right, guys, this is good. RDO, do you have buyback? And RDO goes, what? What buyback?
He has ages, though.
We've been here before.
He has ages, though.
Yes, but it's on TV.
He has ages. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're not going to go through this.
I just want to point it out.
Buyback is not a thing.
It's not a thing. Doesn't exist.
Every time they go, they go, no, I'm terrible. Not
on TV, not Bristleback. Here we go. Windstrike, they're looking for a fight. Positioning here. They've got a Duster, and they're going to hit the coil for him now. It's back, can counter initiate and will, but it's 2 men. Boundless right up from Duracho into the Terror Wave now. RDO might be in some trouble as he's going to be pinned down. There goes his first life. Duracho, his BKB is going to be expiring, so TV can now try and fight him. Does have the Terror Wave. That means he can be able to actually turn now onto Duracho, trapped inside the circle as well. This on with the Lucky Shot, and this is going to roll up Sexy Fat. They've got the damage and the control. And also, they've got the kill onto the Mars. That's a dieback for Cheshire Cat. They're not done yet as Yamich will be scouted. Boundless Strike on over from Sexy Fat, and that's going to be another dieback there too. As Bait, they go this time. You know, RDO, he's taking their buybacks. He doesn't have it, but he'll take yours.
I cannot believe what the team, to be honest. Sexy Fat is doing so much work. This guy needs a promotion. My goodness, what a pack. Like, seriously, that team fight, it wasn't because of his rolling cutters, and of course his swashbuckling to some degree as well with Lucky Shots. They wouldn't have been able to last as long, and RDO wouldn't have been able to get this counter initiation on with Terror Wave and everything. It was perfectly calculated, the Terror Wave, which to some degree is a bit of luck as to how long Windstrike would be able to take and initiate on you. But killing Duster so early, and even something with PSA, which they could just completely cancel early, was just a huge blow to Bait's draft. It was all up to Sexy Fat to regain that team fight.
I mean, it's luck, but it's also Bait choosing to fight and take these early skirmishes when they knew they were strong and forcing out these longer duration BKBs, right?
Sure, that's something.
Yeah, because I mean...
No, I mean luck in the Terror Wave sense, because the Terror Wave got used earlier and you just waited in the high ground. And if
I got you. I think he had it back.
Yeah, if Windstrike had just gotten in there maybe like 20 seconds earlier, you wouldn't have Terror Wave or meta, and that would have been a loss. But instead, you had Terror Wave by... I don't want to say luck entirely. It's not really luck.
They scan out Duracho. They know where he's at. Oh no, this is terrible. TSA. This could be GG. Hex up in the trees. They need to cut him down. Oh,
he goes down. Rolling Thunder used. Okay.
They'll follow up Shackles in time.
That's some bullshit, though. How is Hex slower than your jump, Mike?
I'm telling you, Hex has been nerfed quite heavily over the years. It used to be the strongest thing ever in existence.
No, it's not Hex's fault. It's a jump. It's stupid.
Well,
Hex is 0 cast point spell. How do you jump in that time?
I'm telling you, dude. You ever see a chicken jump?
No, it's not about the
Well,
chicken.
now you
I
have.
don't care if you can jump while Hex. I don't think that jump should be that cast point, dude. He has a cast point. There should be a 0.1 cast point. It clearly doesn't have it. You're not gonna fire him.
Chickens can jump.
Monking this dude.
All right, well, now we've got Telescope here for Shaman. Dendy's going to go ahead and hand it on over. Good guy, Dendy. That's how you hand items to your position 4s and 5s. You don't send them all the way to the fountain and have their slow couriers ferry it out. You just hand it to them, you monsters. That easy.
Okay. I thought for a second, fuck was close to level 25, which I'm assuming will be the amount of force to send them off.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Rarely is Thunder really the...
Especially since it still has a mana cost now, which is not really too impactful here. Plenty of mana for the TB. Back in the day...
Now that BKBs cancel it, right? Like how many Thunders realistically you can fight?
Yeah, very true.
Usually you're getting one Thunder if you're lucky.
I will say,
your
though,
teammates.
we're down to a 5-second BKB. Oh, Cheshire Cat. Madman?
I don't know about this play. They actually catch the Willow. All so much for the Willow. Not ideal. Only Thunder destroying his team completely. Wait strike. Landers the Monkey King. The Basher stops his place. And now they go for the Oracle as well. That the Oracle done. Monkey King as well. Everyone's dead on Wing Strike. Now this might be multiple laser racks. X, work the Cheshire Cat, and the Great God of War is turned into a chicken, and it's a Kentucky Fried Chicken. GG. After fighting at the puck, that's a GG call. Really easy anticlimactic ending.
Yeah.
Wing Strike just suiciding into the enemy team.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not really sure what the plan was there because they kind of had jumped in a little bit too early with Cheshire Cat. Like they were on a different page, right? Because Monkey King was running away along with his Oracle, along with his Willow, and then Cheshire Cat maybe